Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalika and today is all about good vibes. But first, I want to quickly talk to you about the state of the channel, my schedule and why it's been all over the place. For the past 2 months, there's been a huge shift at my work. And because of this, I've been working a lot. 12-hour days, working on my days off and all the good stuff like that. So because of this, I couldn't keep up with uploading daily because I either literally had no time to sit down, record, edit and upload, or because I was too exhausted that I just wanted to eat some dinner, sit in the shower and then go straight to bed. So I then started uploading every other day, which is helping, but I'm currently recording this on my 1 day off. And if I wanted to keep up with the schedule, I would have to record, edit and upload a further 3 videos today, which basically means my whole day off is gone. And as much as I don't want to let anyone down and as much as I hate not having a video to upload, I just really want a day off. I want to relax a bit, I want to clean my house, I want to spend some time with my cats watching nonsense on TV and just not having any responsibilities today. There is a light at the tunnel, however. I have been given a date where this whole thing will be finished and I will be able to return back to a sane schedule. The 9th of December. And you better believe I'm counting down the days. So this was supposed to be a short introduction, but basically what I'm trying to say is, until the 9th of December, please expect either no videos or only the occasional video as I grasp whatever free time I have with both hands. Again, I'm really sorry about the upcoming lack of videos, but in just a few weeks we'll be back on track. Please, in the meantime, don't be afraid to reach out to me privately on Twitter or on my Discord if you want to talk to me during that time. I will get back to you. It may just take a little while. Jen, I'm sort of talking to you here. And finally, I just want to say that I'm also dedicating this video to my wonderful friend Shagar. More about this at the end of the video. My nana takes down a racist teacher. Okay, so my little sister M is really white, despite being half black. The only black thing about her is her hair. She was in like the 3rd or 4th grade and the teacher had them draw a self-portrait. My sister coloured herself white and the teacher saw it and said she had to colour herself black. My sister tried to explain that her skin was white, but the teacher kept saying she was black, so she had to colour herself black. This went on for 15 minutes, and at the end, the teacher was screaming at my sister to colour herself black. My sister, sobbing, obeyed and coloured herself black. And I mean black. Not brown, not tan, but charcoal black. My sister told my nana, and my nana was so angry. My nana is a teacher too, and you can imagine how this made her feel. But she actually had a meeting with all the teachers and principal a couple of days later. IEP things. She went to the meeting and brought my other sister A, who's a lot darker than M, with her. After all the hellos were said, the principal asked my nana if she had anything she'd like to say. My nana said yes, and stood up to her full 5 feet, looked directly into that teacher's eyes and said, "I want you to explain to me why you thought it was appropriate to force a crying child to colour herself black." The teacher went pale and tried to stutter excuses, but my nana wasn't having it. In a calm, cool voice, she tore that teacher apart. She even brought A into the mix, asking the teacher if she would force A to colour herself black. The teacher said no, and my nana asked why she made M do it when A is darker than her. After 30 minutes, my nana was done. The teacher was pale and silent. The principal was red and kept apologising. My nana sat down and calmly spent the rest of the time talking about IEPs from my sisters. I have more stories like this if you want. Made a little girl's day by whistling. I've been listening to and reading Reddit for a while now, but never really thought I would post something. But I have a story I thought was too cute not to share. This takes place a couple years ago when the Hunger Games were super popular and the first movies had come out recently. I liked them okay, but was and I'm still not a real fan, but I knew the 4-note whistle and Mockingjays in the first movie. So my parents and I were out at a fast food Italian place. We were in the sit down part waiting for food and I hear a little girl, about 6 or 8 maybe, talking away about Hunger Games and asks her dad to do the whistle. I hear the 4-note whistle and get an idea, so I repeat it. I hear the little girl gasp and her dad say, "Did you hear that? There must be a Mockingjay in here." So now for the next 45 minutes to an hour, the little girl continually asks her dad to do the whistle again. And I'll repeat it back even after the food comes, and each time the girl's giggling afterwards. They eventually finish their food and go to leave, and I hear the girl, "Can you do it just one more time, Daddy, please?" Now I'm able to see them since they're by the door. He looks down at his daughter. I don't know if the Mockingjay is still here. And of course, the little girl gives the biggest, cutest eyes ever, so he does it one last time. And I look right at him and whistle back. He smiles while his little girl squeals with joy, and they leave. Best day ever. Story of the only time I ever cried because something was just so sweet and pure. I worked as a waitress for 8 years, but moved on after I decided to go back to college a few years ago. I had a family that used to come in pretty regularly. It was a mum, dad, and 2 boys. One was about 5 or 6, and the other was around 7 or 8. The parents were lovely people, very sweet, very polite, and just extremely pleasant to be around. The kids were just solid gold. They had the best manners I've ever seen any kids have, and they were just wonderful. It was pretty obvious that the boys were adopted because both parents were white, light-haired, and blue-eyed, but both of the boys were black. They seemed like a genuinely happy family. I had waited on this family several times and got to know them a little bit. One evening they came in and had their meals and then ordered dessert. It was out of the ordinary because in all of the times I've waited on them they have never gotten dessert. But I don't think much of it and go and fix their desserts and bring them out. As I'm serving them, the younger boy says to me, "We're having dessert because we're celebrating." "Oh, that's cool. What are you celebrating?" The older boy says, "It's our anniversary. It's been 1 year since we became a family." Both of the boys just looked so happy and sweet, and the parents looked so proud. They were all smiles and it was beautiful. That's so awesome. Congratulations. After I get back to the kitchen, I have to take a minute to dab at the tears of joy and happiness that have sprung up. This happened about 10 years ago. I've seen the family several times since, and they're still just as awesome. The last time I saw them was about a year ago. Both of the boys are teenagers now, and they seem like they are genuinely great kids. Post office story. This is a small little story that I think about when I just feel awful, so I wanted to share it. I was 17 and a senior in high school. School was already close to ending anyway, and at this point, since moving into this new town almost 2 years ago, I didn't really have any friends in my town. I had people I would talk to in class, if asked to speak, but I had never been asked to do anything more, plus all my friends were online. I was incredibly shy and would always come off as very intense and mean, but I was just plain scared of being judged. Since I had an abundance of free time and didn't want to tell anyone of my cosplay hobby, I was incredibly lonely and critical on my worth. Sure, I felt confident in cosplay, but just being me felt like even breathing was a mistake and that I was just a smear in everyone's life. I was going to the post office to deliver mail to my pen pals when a lady inside had dropped a few of her packages. I immediately pocketed my letters and picked up some of the stuff she dropped. She just stared at me, and my brain went into panic mode, thinking I did something wrong. A lot of stuff went through my head that picked me apart, and my mood dropped considerably until she spoke up. "I'm so sorry. You look like someone I knew, a friend of my daughter's." She then proceeded to tell me about her 30-year-old daughter and the girl who I reminded her of. She said she would help her daughter swim over the summers and how they were inseparable. Just seeing her talk about the love she had for her child and how much joy she had in her eyes infected me in the best way. We actually had a bit of a conversation waiting in line as well, and what she said at the end made me feel so much happier about leaving the house that day. "You're such a sweet and beautiful girl. I know you'll do well in life and be happy." It just really helped. Being in such a rut and unable to get out of bed for the last week save for school, only to hear that made me feel just better. I felt good and warm and okay with myself. I know it was just a stranger and just a lady I saw in my town, but no one has ever really said that to me before, with just a few moments of interaction. It was good. I don't really care if you believe what I say, but I just really hope that lady is good right now, that she's spending her days taking it easy and speaking with her daughter. The whole neighbourhood helping out an injured kitty. Yesterday, I was walking on the street with my fiance when we noticed a cat on the road. We initially thought it was dead, but then it started slightly moving the tip of its tail. We looked closer and saw it breathing. During the initial "what do we do now?" shock, a car stopped and its driver asked if the cat was alive, then suggested that we cover our hands with something and put it on the sidewalk. I took out some tissues, but a woman from a nearby shop appeared to give us a pair of latex gloves. My fiance caressed the cat slightly and then picked it up. As he did so, the cat started moving its head and legs. We put the cat on the sidewalk, and another girl showed up holding a cat-sized cardboard box. we put the cat into the box and she tried contacting a vet that she knew, unfortunately without success. However, another passerby with a dog told us where to find a vet in the neighbourhood, so we took the cat there. Someone else told us that the cat was a stray from the neighbourhood who had been involved in accidents in the past as well. We brought the cat to the vet, who made a very good price for us, almost the price of a cat hotel. It's a very calm and well-mannered female cat. Unfortunately, she has a hematoma in her brain from the accident, but she's generally in a very good condition, improving day by day. She will just need to be in a place safe from cars and other pets and take medication for about a month, so we're currently looking for a new loving home for her. However, I'm still very happy about how many strangers stopped to help and how we probably saved her life. Unfortunately, I don't have a good picture. She was still in a lot of pain and looks grumpy. I'll hopefully have one tomorrow, so I'll make sure to upload it. And here it is. She does still look a little grumpy, but she looks grateful as well. Okay, so finally, I want to tell my own little story about something incredibly wholesome that happened to me. I received a message from Shagar on my Discord. Now, Shagar has been a part of my community for over 6 months and is also a patron of mine. We would talk privately from time to time about various things, and he's a really sweet and genuine guy. Well, he sends me this message and says that he's been thinking a lot and he wants to do something to show his appreciation and his thanks for being there for him. I of course told him not to be silly. He's an active member of my Discord, he watches my videos, he's a patron of mine for goodness sake, there isn't anything more he could possibly do to show any more appreciation. He goes on to explain a bit about why he wants to do something nice, that myself and a few other YouTubers and streamers have really helped him in his personal life, and I don't want to say too much more because of course this is his story and that's his business. I tell him again that whatever he's thinking of doing isn't necessary, but if he really wants to, then sure, go for it. So it's about 2 hours later. I'm at my desk, working away, trying to get stuff done, and I receive an email on my phone, and it's from Patreon. Shagar has made a one-time pledge of a very generous amount of money. So I just sat there, staring at my phone, thinking this is some sort of mistake. And then I just burst into tears. I was completely overwhelmed of this showing of generosity and appreciation, and it really hit me quite hard that me making silly videos on the internet can really help people out there who are struggling. And I couldn't believe that people would care about me and these videos enough to do something like this. I messaged him right away, thanking him and trying to get across over text how completely overwhelmed I was by it all. And then I come to learn that Shagar is an angel. For the past 5 years, he makes it his mission to do something generous and kind and to help people out, from buying hundreds of tins of food and random things and then donating them to good causes, to then the next year donating about 20 Build-A-Bear teddies. This year he wanted to give something to the YouTubers and streamers that mean something to him, and I'm completely honoured to be one of them. So, to Shagar, thank you for making me cry at work and nearly at my computer. It was a weird situation, but I really appreciate it. And for anyone who's interested in learning more about him, he has his own YouTube channel and he streams on Twitch quite frequently at Shagar Central Gaming. Please, if you get him a chance, send him my love. So that's all for r/WholesomeStories. I really hope you did enjoy it. As always, if you do want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe. My Twitter, Discord and Patreon links are in the description, and any support is greatly appreciated. And of course, as it's Sunday, I also want to say a massive thank you to my wonderful patrons. BackwardsDDog, Tyler Miller, Jen Burton, Jens Banning, Bo Walker, Princess Kate, Skyler A, Elizabeth Filmore, Stephen Arnowitt, Anonymous, Shagar, Koltin, Bruce Reed, James Scanlan, and Darkimedes. Thank you all so much for your support. Mwah. That's for you, but keep it between us, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye!